Alright guys, in this video I've got some steel axle housings for my TRX-4. Alright, let's get them put on there. Alright, so I got these off of eBay. Here's the part numbers. Alright, so at first glance they look really well made. I mean, they almost look like they're made out of plastic, but they're not. They're definitely metal. I mean, it says on the packet, steel alloy rear housing. Magically it doesn't stick. So either they're stainless steel, or it's some kind of monkey metal. In theory, a lower centre of gravity should give us a better side slope angle, but I've got one of my own theories, and the more weight that you put on one of these crawlers, the more the sidewall flexes. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. If you start adding weight on there, that sidewall flexes more, and where that's flexing more, that's going to make it easier to tip. So I'm kind of thinking, is adding more weight, is it actually really going to be as beneficial as we think? Or is the extra flex in the tyre wall going to make it maybe even worse? So I'm going to get this up to the maximum side slope angle what it can take, measure it with my little angle finder thingamajig thing here, and then we'll put the steel axles on, and then we'll try it again afterwards. Alright, what we're going to do is the same as on the last test. It's got to get from one end to the other end. And as someone pointed out, I didn't put this in the same place every time. So we're going to put this bang on in the middle where this post is. Get the reading from there. And for this reading to count, it's got to get all the way from this end to that end. Alright, well that's made it across. A little bit more. Alright, that's made it across. We're still making it, guys. Ah! Alright, that's it. We're going to go with that measurement there. Right, and that is reading 38 degrees. Anyway, 38 degrees. Don't believe me if you don't want to, I don't really care. Alright, so I've never taken one of these axles off before. I mean, I've taken the portal box off the end. Done a little bit of tinkering in there, but I've never actually removed the whole axle. So I'm going to do the rear axle first, make sure that it all fits properly, and then I'll do the front. I don't want to take the whole thing to pieces and then find out these axles don't fit, and then I'm sort of got to put it all back together again as standard. So I'll get this first axle off. Alright, well that was easy. I'm not quite sure how this diff locker lead comes out. I mean, it's got a circlip there, so maybe we just ping that off. Is that it? Nope. Ah, it falls inwards. Okay. Okay. So, maybe get this cover off next. This is my first time, by the way, guys. So if I'm doing it wrong, you're probably laughing at me. How does that come out of there? Unless you've got to take it off from the other end and thread the whole thing through, maybe? Yeah. Alright, so I think we probably have to take it off of this end here first and thread it through. Alright, guys, I'm going to look on the internet. It's looking complicated, guys. I've got a funny feeling I'm not going to know how to put this back together again. But luckily, I can look back on the video that I made. Alright, so that goes like that. And then... what I want to know is, how is that going to go through here? Well, it's got to go that way, hasn't it? But then that's got this thing on the end of it. How does that come off? Does that just unscrew? Alright, so I had a quick look. Couldn't really find nothing at the first glance. But I found a picture and that ball link unscrews. That kind of explains it. Alright, so by the looks of that, you just got to hold that and unscrew it. It's all part of the hobby, guys. Learning as you go along. No one's born knowing this stuff. I mean, looking through some of my other comments, especially when I made that Bitcoin mining machine, there's so many people calling me an idiot. And, yeah, they think that you must be born knowing this sort of stuff, but you got to learn it somehow. Alright, that's that out. So I'm guessing now, if I take off these portal boxes, there and there maybe. Does that bit come off? Ah, more screws in there, so that will come off. Bearings out. So hopefully these will fit straight into here. Oh, that is a nice fit, guys. That's going to be a nice fit. That's the trouble with metal, if it's not a perfect fit. That one's a little bit tighter, but it's gone in. And then diff, cable. So this must be how the diff locking mechanism works. I must just slide this backwards and forwards. So then that goes. I'm going to use a little bit of Loctite on here because we're going into steel. When it's into plastic, you don't use Loctite, but when you go into steel, it's always worth putting a little bit of Loctite on there. I'm actually surprised, guys. It's going together perfectly. I thought, it's so intricate in there. There's so many little things that have got to line up. And so far, it's gone together absolutely perfectly. I was going to upgrade all of these parts to metal, but it's probably better to leave something plastic. Because in that way, when you crash, then there's something that's going to give. I mean, if the whole lot's solid, you're just going to end up bending stuff. Oh no, guys, I forgot to put that in. Ah. Leave a note in the comments, guys, if you noticed that I didn't put that in. Use your brain, boy. It's alright making mistakes, guys, as long as you learn by them and don't make the same mistake twice. That's got a fair bit of weight to that now. I mean, I forgot to weigh it. I'll do it on the front housing. I weigh the difference, but that's got a fair bit of weight there. I don't know if it matters, guys, but at the factory, these two screw holes here, they line up. So I know on a real 4x4, you have to make sure that the UJs are in sync, otherwise you get prop vibrations. On the toy version, I don't know, but it can't be wrong to put it back the same way that it come apart. And it actually doesn't look much different to stock. I mean, you really would be pushed to tell that that's actually made of a different material. I mean, you can just see, if you look up close, it's a bit more shiny, but it doesn't look much different, to be honest. It's getting heavy. Alright, front time. Alright, so I'm going to get the front put on now. I'm going to do that off camera because it's pretty much the same procedure anyway. And then I'll put you back on when it's all put back together and we'll stick it on the side slope. Alright, so stock plastic housing coming in at 22 grams. And the steel housing, 116, 115 grams. Alright, so it's all back together again, guys. It's all kind of working, but the diff locks are a bit sticky. See, look, unlocked. Now it's locked. Still locked. Unlocked. And I think what it is because these axle housings, even though they're made really precisely, they're so well made, but I think the trouble is where they painted them afterwards has made it a little bit thicker in areas. So the little bit inside where the little diff fork thing, whatever it's called, that puts a diff lock in, once you screw that cover on, that sort of jams it up. So I'm not going to do it now, but I will in future. I'm going to take that cover back off again and just scratch that paint out, you know, where that little thing moves, and hopefully it'll be alright again. I'll do that in another video, guys. I mean, this video's long enough, and I'm sure you're dying to see what the side slope's going to be, so let's check it out. Alright, so exact same angle, I haven't moved it. Oh, I don't know, guys. I'm not sure if it made any difference at all. Has it made it worse? It might have made it worse, guys. If it has, that might mean we're wasting our time putting all this weight on the axles. I think it's made it worse, guys. I got across there perfectly fine before. Haven't changed anything else. The extra weight seems to be pulling it down the slope more as well. No, can't do it. You have to bring it down. That's the surprise, that is, guys. Well, it's not really a surprise, so I kind of thought that would happen all along. Well, I'm just going to stop it there for a minute and just zoom in. Look at that tyre. I mean, that extra weight, it's just pushing it off of the sidewall. Alright, that's about the limit there, guys. So, what have we got on the scale? Scale is definitely less, 37 degrees. It's a degree less. Look at that, guys. Alright, so that was quite a surprising result. I did kind of expect maybe that to be the case, and it did actually turn out to be. So we're actually 1 degree worse off now on the side slope, but it's still axles. So I was thinking, it is kind of comes down to the sponginess in these sidewalls. If you was to put thicker tyre walls, you know, if you was to put something on there, it doesn't give so much. Then it'll probably give a better result having the heavier axles. But I don't know, guys. Maybe what I'll do on this one here is just do an experiment. So give me a note in the comments, guys, if you want me to do the experiment. And what I'm kind of thinking is test, because at the moment this is completely stock axle housings on this TRX-4. And I was thinking I could just add some weight to it, just stick some weight to the outside of the axle housing, just to add some weight, and then just keep checking different degrees and see if it actually makes a difference by putting all this weight onto the axles, guys. So alright, guys, maybe the way forward actually is just to save a lot of weight on these rigs. Maybe the idea is to get as much weight off of these things as possible. And obviously getting the weight down lower is better, but adding weight might be making it worse. I don't know. What do you guys reckon? Have you guys ever experimented? Let me know in the comments. Alright, guys, hope you liked that video. If you did, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, smash the bell button to stay notified. See you soon.